As the winter is settling out and we just got over Christmas, what is better than a January sale? Over at Cuddly, you know we love Cuddly over here at Bloody Good Reads. They have an amazing offer at the moment for hooded blankets through January. You can save £30 off an £89 hoodie. They are breathable, they are soft, cuddly, and best this time of year as well. So £59 and get a beautiful hoodie. One size fits all. You'll be warm throughout this time. It's more expensive nowadays, so why not buy a beautifully warm hooded blanket from our good friends over at Cuddly. Later in the month, there will be some other deals as well. And keep an eye on the podcast coming up as well. So if you head down to the description below, you can click the link, you can get your £30 off that as well. Go and check them out, go and buy it, and just tell them we sent you. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed the show this week.
No. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Kill her, Mommy! Kill her!
You got any idea how much blood jets out of a guy's neck when his throat's been slit?
I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Hi, and welcome to Bloody Good Screen Full Moon Movie Cast. We are back on our second official Full Moon episode, but third random episode. This time round, we are staying with puppets and dolls. And again, I am also joined this week. He is an author, a podcaster, and a regular on this podcast now. And good thing I don't pay my co-host. It is Hunter Shea. How are you doing today?
You know, I feel that I should be on all of these podcasts that deal with dolls because I'm quite the doll myself. So I'm glad that you asked me on this.
You're a Bigfoot expert and a doll. There you go.
Oh, all about the dolls.
Well, last time I had you on for this, it was Baby Oopsie.
Yes. I laugh every time I hear that title.
I know. Did you ever watch the fourth episode? I never did in the end.
No, I didn't either.
So we don't know how it concluded.
Oh, the suspense is killing us.
I know. Next year. It'll be the first episode in, I don't know. I never got given the fourth episode, which I'm really gutted about.
Hey, I'm also the guy who hasn't watched the last two episodes of Stranger Things and doesn't care.
I haven't watched any of it.
None of it?
I think 2 episodes I've seen.
Wow. Good for you.
I know.
You contrarian.
I know. Just fighting the cause, aren't I?
Get off my lawn, you upside down kids.
Shit, my thing. This isn't a documentary about World War II. Go away. Getting old now. But so this time around, as you said in the previous podcast, you are a big fan of the Puppet Master movies. So, but you've never seen Retro Puppet Master.
Well, this is the thing. In going,
which this movie is based on.
in going through this, a little after we watched the movie, I'm like, wait a second, what? Hold on. I know I've seen this puppet before, but only in pictures because I didn't realize it was from part 7. And now I'm like, wait a second, this is number 15 in the Puppet Master entries. I'm like, all right, there's a gap in here for sure. But it's great because now this is going to make me want to go see what do they call 7? Retro Puppet Master, right?
Retro Puppet Master, yeah.
Right. So now I'm definitely going to go watch that in between Christmas movies over the next week, I'm sure. And now I realize I gotta catch up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm completely behind on all these. You know, because the numbers just go really weird because then it's the original series of 1 to 3. Then they kind of change time periods at some point. You go back in time to Nazis, and then you got retro. There's another mini movie I didn't know about Blade.
Well, yeah, it seems that's what they want to do is like highlight different puppets and give them their own time to shine. Why not? Fine.
I don't know. But, so let's go straight into it because we spoke about your love of the series before. So we'll go straight into this. For this one, it is Puppet Master Doktor Death.
D-O-K T-O-R.
D-O-K, yeah. Which is
maybe not.
Yeah. Because that's how I spelled doctor, obviously. Which is the second solo spin-off movie, which I had no idea that did Blade which they made the poster from the Blade movie look like the original Blade Marvel movie poster. But
Oh, that's
anyway,
great.
which was just great. But yeah, it's the second solo spin-off series. I'm assuming they're going to do some kind of Puppet Master Avengers style movie or something.
That Puppet Master Endgame, that would
Yeah.
be great.
I want that.
And with demonic toys and get them all in there.
Dolls Assemble.
Dolls is such a good movie, by the way.
Never seen it.
It's done by Stuart Gordon, who did Reanimator and From Beyond. And it stars his wife, and it's a solid movie. It's really good. It's campy, of course, but it's really good.
Okay, it's been on my list. It's one of the ones that kind of stand out to you, but the cover always looked a bit kind of full moony, kind of.
Well,
yeah. I was younger, and I was stupid when I was younger.
It is full moony, but it's not so bad. It's good. It's just good. It's a solid one.
Which is a bit like this one. I'm going to start off straight away and say I actually quite enjoyed this movie.
One of our residents passed away last night. What happened? Heart attack.
Generally, I like to ease the new staff in, but these things, well, they happen.
Max had no living relatives.
So then what happens to all his stuff?
What do you have there?
Just like Christmas.
Having served his country in World War II, Max led an illustrious life.
Would anyone else like to say something about Max?
Did you hear about what happened to Mr. Abbott?
No, what about him?
They found him in the funeral home, mutilated.
Check on the residents.
Her oxygen tube, it looked like it was yanked out.
Oh, great. Clearly the sign of a deranged serial killer.
It's okay. You're safe. Do you remember anything of what happened?
I know what I saw.
So let's go into a little bit into the plot of this one. So
Explain
the plot to us. Explain the very, very brief plot to us.
Oh, okay. So this girl who was dressed very inappropriately for her first day at work at a retirement home. Did you see that outfit?
Oh, yeah.
Wowzers. So anyway, she reports to duty. She's going to be part of the staff of the senior living center, which is, I think, Shady Pines. The Shady Pines is from Golden Girls. I forget what it was called. But anyway, in the sprawling giant house that kind of looks like the house from Home Alone, there are only 5 residents in there. This is very well, we're down to 4. Yeah, we're down to 4 at the very minute she walks in, where these people, these orderlies, bring this dead man out. Don't even cover his face. But hey, why not? Nobody's really professional in this. Anyway, she gets her job working in there as a nurse, I guess.
A healthcare
person?
Assistant?
I don't know. Gets introduced to the residents. There's one guy who likes to golf, a woman who likes to paint and might have psychic abilities, a woman on oxygen, and a rich man who Rufus, who likes to pay money to get his tally whacked. And day one, a beloved guy who'd been there, he has died, and they're going through his things, and there's a big pirate chest. It looks like didn't it look like it had barnacles on it?
Yeah. It's like it's been underwater for a little while.
Yeah. So they open it up, and inside that chest, amidst this big straw bedding, is the Doktor Death doll, which I saw that. I said I would take that home in a second. That doll.
Oh, that'd be so stolen.
I think that's my favorite doll out of all the Puppet Masters now.
It is a really good looking kind of prop there. 'Cause going back to like Baby Oopsie though, like that was such an awful doll. But
Yeah.
this looks really cool. I mean, it looks like nicely kind of made, and a lot of time and effort been gone into this, which is something you can say with a lot of the kind of the dolls from the series.
It's sinister. It's the kind of doll I'd like to give to unsuspecting children on their birthdays. So naturally, once this doll is now taken out of this chained up trunk, things start happening as the night goes on, and it gets crazier and bloodier. And it was, well, I won't say anything. That's the plot. How about that? I'll stop right there.
That's fine. I'm going to say right now, spoilers. So we can spoil away now.
Yay! We gave the warning.
Yeah, there we go. We got the warning. We can spoil it now.
The best spoiler I ever gave, and not knowing what the end was what's that movie with Bruce Willis? I See Dead People.
Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense. So I was there with my friend in the theater. Had no idea where this movie was about or where it was going, and all we wanted to do was smoke a cigar and get the hell out of there. And we were with our wives. I'll never forget. I just got up. I gotta smoke. I gotta get out of here. And as I'm walking out, I go, Bruce Willis is obviously dead. As I walk up the aisle, and you smoke a cigar, it's going to take about an hour, right? So we're still outside. And when people walked out, the looks they were giving us, because we were right. It's like, yes.
Well, yeah. It's like that scene in The Simpsons when they walk out of Star Wars. Because wow, I can't believe that Darth Vader was Luke Skywalker's father all along.
Exactly. Oh, I love giving away movies. But anyway.
But yeah, but like you're saying, there's just not an awful lot of plot with this. It really isn't.
No, none whatsoever.
Which, for the amount that I enjoyed it, I'm surprised that the plot didn't particularly annoy me. But I don't know. It's just one of those films where you don't need an awful lot of plot as long as kind of the action's good enough.
Right.
Which it falls a little bit, kind of, for me, in places. I think there wasn't enough death scenes in it.
No, because there was
what it could be.
There was a couple of off-screen deaths. I'm like, there's barely anybody in this place. If you're going to kill them on screen. Especially like the painter. And
oh yeah, because that was really nicely. Her dead body looked really kind of well done.
Oh yeah, she was a pincushion for her brushes. But first of all, why was she there? She looked younger than me. She looked pretty damn good. So I don't know why she was even there, but yeah, that's a great. It looked awesome, but I wanted to see it happen.
Even kind of Rufus's death, which was a very good death, quite a fun death.
Yes,
but would have been like to kind of seen a bit more from it. But I suppose that's really more focusing on the blonde girl more, I suppose.
Well, because Band always says, "I'll give you boobs," right? So
yeah.
I told my wife in the beginning. So you see the new girl, and she's got talents, and I said the blonde is the one who's going to take off her shirt for sure.
Of course, it always is.
Now, the missed opportunity with the death with her and Rufus, because now he's paid her to get a little and she dropped him a Viagra and said, "I'll come back in a half an hour." So there's a rise in under the covers,
which is way too big to be an erection. Yeah,
it's like the biggest erection of all time.
It's like she's been treated on a bit of blue chew,
So Rufus is playing, she thinks, peekaboo with the sheet over his head. I'm like, okay, they should have had her like get on top of Rufus and have Doktor Death go someplace and then have himself carve his way out. How about that?
Yeah.
That would have been
great. He's
great.
under the covers and he cuts off his cock.
Right.
Yeah. Which is fair enough. Why not?
Yeah, I was like, after that scene, I was like, I could have made this scene so great.
But then, even her scene was a bit of a kind of damp ending, really, because it's only really like a throat cut.
Right.
She's quite a big part in the film, really, which is why it's a shame.
Well, her and the new nurse, they were the two biggest stars in the movie. So she deserved a better death.
I mean, she's been in a few kind of horror films leading up to it. I don't think the main girl has really, but no, one who plays Jennifer, the blonde girl, she's in Smiley Origins, which I didn't even know there's even a first. I didn't know there's a prequel to Smiley.
Me
First
either.
one was awful.
Yeah, a prequel must be
Weekend
better.
Dead Away, that kind of stuff. It can't be any worse than the original. But
the main girl was familiar to me, but then I looked at her IMDb page and I don't recognize anything.
Yeah, I thought the same. She looks like she's been in something. I don't know, like a Chucky movie or something like that.
Right.
But no.
Jenny Boswell. Really cute. And I'm like, I know I've seen, my wife and I were both always seen her, and then we looked, I'm like, there's nothing we've seen.
She looks like someone, and I don't know who it is. It's really weird.
Yeah.
I was like, what's she from? No.
She's got a good girl next door look.
Yeah. She's got a horror film look to her.
Yes.
Well, we all know she's going to be in the next movie, obviously.
Well, there's the spoiler. There will be a next.
There you go.
There has to be. And by the way, when this movie ended, I'm like, I thought it was only on for half an hour. It's an hour and 15, but I thought it was a half an hour. I'm like, why is this ending right now?
It felt like there should have been half an hour more, which for these kind of films, you would normally think the opposite.
No, you'd pray for half an hour less.
Yeah. And this one's like, I kind of wanted half an hour more because I felt with this one, it lost a bit on plot. I felt lost near the end a bit more because you have a load of death scenes. You've got the weird, the woman died, now she's back.
Right. Well, yeah. Why were there ghosts?
Yeah. Was she a ghost, or should she just like come back alive again?
I think
it's never explained.
I think she was a ghost. Maybe we're wrong, but she died.
Maybe.
For sure.
Well, yeah, because she needed oxygen to live, and she wasn't on oxygen when she attacked that guy.
Yeah. So, but you might have a point. She might still be alive because there was a do not resuscitate order with her. So maybe she did miraculously survive. But it seemed really ghosty to me.
Yeah.
And then
she looked a bit like the dead gypsy woman from Drag Me to Hell.
Oh, that's a good movie. Except her dentures didn't fly out the window.
And there was no talking goat.
That movie, we watched that in October. That's an underappreciated classic.
It is a good film. It's funny when it needs to be. It's very Sam Raimi.
Totally Sam Raimi.
Very Sam Raimi.
And by the way, so we've got the puppet, and this isn't a puppet that does any walking on its own. It's literally a person holding it and waving it around every now and then. They're not even going to try to animate this puppet whatsoever.
No, you're just going to turn it sinister and just laugh.
This movie was shot in July. It's out now.
They're so quick with full moon.
Yeah, there was no time for post-production and animation and stuff, so don't expect
that. But it doesn't look bad.
It looks good, but like you could tell because they don't shoot it. They shoot it from the waist up, so there's just somebody turning it with their hands, holding its feet and moving it in and out of frame. He doesn't run around or anything, but he does do something really cool with the human body.
Mm-hmm. And this is where I got confused near the end because he kind of like disappears for a bit.
Yes.
And then the final scenes, I forgot which guy it was now. It's the golf guy, isn't it?
The golf guy was the last old person to die.
So which one had his skull? It had his kind of because
I think the one who had his skull taken off or the flesh from his skull taken off was the man who runs the place.
Okay, because this is where I got confused. I kind of lost myself a little bit there.
My wife got confused too. She's like, "Who is this guy?" I'm like, "Well, it's hard to tell, but I think he's the dude in charge."
Why has he got no face? Why has he got no face?
And she's like, "Why is he wearing that doctor outfit?" I said, "Because he's got to be Doktor Death."
Which would be cool because he's kind of living inside his body, and that was hilarious. The bit where he's kind of did like the puppet and he's pulling the nerves,
yes,
making it move.
That was tremendous.
Yeah, perfect.
But that's why I thought, oh, he could have been inside Jennifer too.
Oh yeah.
And then you show him do his thing.
That would be fun.
But I thought that was a cool. First of all, I love the skull effect of the person.
He looked good. That kind of reminded me a bit like Hellraiser.
Yes, Uncle Frank.
Which for a film with this kind of budget, I'm surprised how good that looks.
Well, when you save money on animating your puppet,
oh yeah, there you go.
Then you have enough to make a gooey looking skull mask.
We've got money left. No, why not? Spend it all on the gooey blood mask, didn't I?
Put it on a skull.
Yeah. But so what are your overall thoughts on the movie? So what did you really think of this one? Because you've seen a lot of the Puppet Master movies. How does it hold up?
I gotta say, this is a lot better. This is on the better end for me.
Well, yeah,
it's quick. Look, when you first I was excited to see it because it's Puppet Master, but then I'm thinking this is going to be crap because we had The Littlest Reich, which is you're not going to get better than that one. Which was
no, because that's when they sold the rights over. Because they got half the rights, haven't they? So I think you got.
And you had a great
Full Moon have rights, and then Fangoria have the rights as well.
And you had a great writer who wrote that script, and that is the best you're going to get. And I didn't know that there was the other one that came between these two. But I saw the movie poster. I was like, okay, this will be crap. But whatever. I had a really good time with this movie. As silly as it was and bereft of a plot. It's like, give me a killer puppet, and you gave me a puppet that looks really cool that I would love to have on my shelf. Give me, some bloody deaths. You gave me that. And give me some nudity. There we go. I don't need anything else.
It's everything you need in a full moon movie, and more.
He has this recipe, and he delivers on that recipe a lot of the time.
Yeah, and it works because people keep coming back to it. So
exactly,
I would have paid. No, I think this is really good. I was expecting so little going into this. I was really kind of all right. I'm going to do this because I hate myself and I like to watch shit. So I thought, well, Hunter's going to definitely do this, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
It's a full moon movie. So I thought, is it going to be like another Baby Oopsie? It's going to be one of those kind of, watch. But no, I think it's very 90s feeling to me as well.
It's set in the 90s, I think.
Possibly. Because the timeline's all over the place anyway.
Because they don't have cell phones. The cars looked older. They're tube TVs, and they're watching VHSs and looking at dirty magazines and dirty pictures. I'm like, that's 90s. 80s, 90s. So this is now, we've gone back in time, I believe. I could be wrong.
And they have used a few of the deaths. I mean, the deaths look good. Like the guy in the morgue.
Oh,
he sliced his ankle open. That was really good. That was a really good visually. That was really good.
I feel that when they slice Achilles tendons like that, I've never had my Achilles tendon tear, but I feel it.
Yeah.
So it'd be like for me, it's like the equivalent of watching
horrid.
a catheter being inserted. I'll feel it.
But it's stuff like that which kind of makes me really enjoy the film because they're obviously having the budget on these movies are going to be minute, and a lot of the deaths are off camera.
Yeah.
However, when you see the aftermath, you want to see what happened, which is good because a lot of these films you kind of see just going, okay, whatever, and think about it, but you think, okay, I'd love to have seen Doktor Death shovel all those paintbrushes in that woman's face, and even kind of they're taking out the eyes they did with the guy in the morgue. It all looks good. The aftermath looks good, but then a lot of the 90s horror, a lot of those you don't see the deaths on screen either. So
no, there was a whole weird thing going on in the world at that time. Even Jason had a lot of off-camera death. I'm like, what are we doing here? Why are we watching this stuff?
It's like, show us everything.
I've got to see. How did the eyes come out? How you do it? It's a knife, a spoon. Do you use your finger? And I don't like eye horror either. So, but even I'd want to see that.
Oh, that's the one thing I can't do is eyes and needles. Yeah.
Eye stuff. I just like, even if my wife or my kids will be like, "Hey, is there something in my eye?" and they pull the lids, I just walk away. I'm like, "I'm gonna vomit in your eye. You'll have a way worse problem if you're asking."
It's like zombie in that famous eye scene.
Yeah, anything Italian in the 80s and 70s, they loved doing crap to eyes. What's the matter with them?
Eyes and black gloves.
Yeah. Oh, well, you gotta have the black gloves. Come on. Like, oh, you're the killer, Mr. Black Glove guy.
Stop wearing black gloves. You're gonna give yourself away.
By the way, we've just spoiled every Giallo movie.
Yeah.
It's the guy with the black gloves.
Every time. Watch out for them black gloves.
No time.
Oh, brilliant. But no, I mean, this one ends then with the final battle scene. It's our main girl. I forgot her name now. April. That's the one. Fighting off against Doktor Death Skull, who I know what he reminds me of. It reminds me a little bit of the one of Hellraiser and a little bit of the Red Skull from the Marvel movies. There you go.
Yes.
So
he does look a lot like the Red Skull.
So for people who haven't seen the film yet and just want to listen to this and listen to our thoughts, that's what he looks like. Picture him in your head. You can do it right now.
And he looks pretty good.
Yeah. Then he kind of rips himself out of the stomach, which is quite a cool scene. Then you find out that she is the puppet's long lost great granddaughter.
This is where we need to watch Retro Puppet Master because they're flashing to scenes from that movie. Yeah. And she's the great granddaughter of somebody
who possesses the body of the doll, I'm assuming.
I don't know. But that's where we need to watch this because she can't be the puppet's granddaughter unless these puppets can do things that more than we think they can do.
Chucky did.
But he made a puppet.
Well, that's true.
So
yeah, true.
I don't know. She's obviously maybe the person who created the puppet. Maybe he's a non-Toulon puppet. I don't know. Again, I have to watch part 7 now.
You now know what we'll do for next episode, don't you?
I agree.
We've got to watch Retro Puppet Master next.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's free on Tubi.
I'm sure it's on something.
But I mean, some of these Puppet Master movies are really tough to. They're endurance trials. Some of them.
Mm-hmm.
This is not.
I've got a funny feeling Retro Puppet Master is going to be that. But
yeah, even the scenes, you're like, oh, this looks like 90s at its worst.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't care. Now I need to know who was she the granddaughter of.
And that is a good thing about this film. It makes you want to go back. It makes me want to go back and watch all the movies again.
Yeah, it makes me want to go back and see the next one.
Yeah, and I want to see another one, which is not what I felt like after Baby Oopsie.
Obviously, since we never finished.
Exactly.
Unless somebody hand delivers it to us and makes us sit down and watch it. And I still had a good time with Baby Oopsie.
I think it's the same here, but I don't want to watch the rest of it.
I don't feel like I'm missing closure. But if I see it, I'll enjoy it. So that's fine.
Where this one is kind of throws you a little bit because you don't expect it.
You don't expect the way it's going to end, and then it goes black, and they play the original Puppet Master music. And I'm going, all right, and then the credits come. I was like, what?
It's like, give me half an hour more. Come on, what's going on?
Something.
Yeah,
but that's a brilliant idea. Now, look, they've got the two of us wanting to go back and watch a movie I'm sure nobody liked the first time.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're going to watch the next one now.
Yeah, whenever it comes out, probably next week or something. Knowing that company,
they could be shooting it. They probably started Sunday, and they're almost done today.
It'll be out Sunday afternoon.
They literally could do this in a week.
Yeah,
I mean, Roger Corman could do things in 3 days, so they could do this in a week.
You know he would. It's something that it's a very Charles Band thing to do.
But one thing, the movie always his movies always look good. They look professional. I know he passes down his lighting knowledge to everybody. and how to shoot movies. So this is this is directed by Dave Parker. Only Dave Parker I knew was a great baseball player in the 70s and 80s, but I don't think it's him. But
no, I think Dave Parker's been attached to a few things in the past, like editing, writing wise.
Well, that's
although
what
he
happened.
was the writer for that really awful House of the Dead movie.
Ugh.
Yeah.
But that's like Band is the new Roger Corman because he's got all these people who work for him. He goes, all right, I'll give you a shot at you write this or you edit this, and eventually you're going to get a shot at directing a movie.
And hopefully a good one.
Hopefully a good one, yeah.
I mean, what else has he done? He's done It Watches, Bunker of Blood, Chapter 5.
Oh, Chapter 5?
Chapter 5, Psycho, Sideshow, Demon Freaks. He did Hills Run Red, which wasn't awful.
I never saw that.
Slashery one, which wasn't great, wasn't awful.
Well, there you go. You just named the Full Moon Expectations.
That one wasn't Full Moon, though. That's what's thrown me off slightly. He did a segment in Towers of Halloween as well, which. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And there you go, Bimbo Movie Bash. That's more like it. And Kra, the Sea Monster. There you go.
You know what? That I'd probably love because I love anything from the sea.
So there you go. We got like next 12 episodes already booked.
Yeah. He also edited Twin Sanity.
Oh, okay.
Ding Dong, You're Dead, The Making of House. Well, he's done some stuff. Okay.
Stuff. The dead hate the living, you know.
They truly do.
Yes, they do. So, closing up then, would you call this a bloody good screen?
Yes. Not even hesitating. I enjoyed it a lot.
Cool, and I would also call it a bloody good screen. I loved this movie. It's awful, and I think the guys actually would have probably enjoyed it a bit more. And it would have been quite a fun chat. But definitely like this one. It's just if you're a fan of the Puppet Master movies and you haven't seen them for a while, give this a watch. It's no Littlest Reich, obviously, because it's a different studio and it's a different story. But yeah, you'll have fun with this.
I would say you watch this, then go back and watch Retro Puppet Master, then watch the original Puppet Master one, then watch Littlest Reich, and I think you've hit it. You're good.
And if you haven't seen Puppet Master, 1, 2, and 3 on Shudder. There you go.
Or come to my house. I got a lot of them sitting around here somewhere.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to ask him where you can find him in a minute. So.
Bring popcorn and beer, and you can come on over. We'll watch it together.
Live stream it. There you go.
Yeah, I do a lot of that up here in the attic.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's illegal. I didn't really say that.
You do too many podcasts for it to not be legal. It's fine.
Okay. Good.
Cool. So I'm not going to ask you what you're working on because I asked you this last time. I know you're working on secret projects I can't talk about. But,
it's the same thing. But it's going to be that answer until probably February.
So what would you like to promote at the moment? what book should we promote this time?
What should we? Hey, let's promote my book Faithless that came out from I was going to say Sam Hain. They don't even exist anymore. Flame Tree Press last year.
Mm-hmm.
So in 2021, it's a full novel. It's not a novella like a lot of my cryptid books, but it's about a priest, not a Catholic priest because he has a wife and kids, who he's driving home in a storm and he hears his family being slaughtered while on the phone. And he comes to the house and they're just torn to pieces. And it follows him months later where he's setting off into his aunt's farmhouse in the country to drink himself to death because he's lost all faith. And then even crazier stuff starts to happen around him. So there you go. Faithless.
Awesome. And I'm just about to start reading Misfits, so I'll see if I can probably recommend that too.
I love that one. I love that's about the melon heads in Connecticut. So have fun with that.
No, that is my next read. So because I just finished reading Demon by Matt Wesolowski. That's the first time I've done his name properly. Great. Which I highly recommend, actually. If you want my book recommendation for this time would be Demon. I've mentioned Deity in the past on the podcast, and I fucking love that book. It's one of my top 5 books of all time now.
Nice.
This one, really good. It's kind of done in the format of a podcast. So it's set over 6 episodes of a podcast. So he interviews a different person in each chapter and kind of tells each person's version of events of kind of the history of like a cold case, which has
That's a
slight
cool
supernatural tinges to it. It is so good. It's got 6 books out in the series now. This one kind of ends in a way of like, I'm not sure if it's going to do any more.
Right.
But yeah, it's such a good series. Deity, definitely go and check out. I highly recommend that to you.
Nice.
If not, Demons just came out this year, and yeah, got loads of other ones in the series. But you can get it on Kindle Unlimited, possibly.
Possibly.
I don't know about in the States. So
yeah, I'm
over
sure.
here, you can normally pick it up on quite good offers, like 99p over here on Kindle. So
that's a good price.
Go check it out. Where can people find you if you like to be found? As always,
wandering the streets naked, or HunterShea.com. That's the best place to find me. And
awesome.
I have Instagram. I have everything, but I've been off of Instagram because I changed phones and I've been too lazy to reinstall Instagram. But I'll get it back up there.
And possibly Twitter, if that still is a thing by the time this episode's out.
Twitter is going strong. You'll see me there more than anywhere else. That's my place.
While it's still in its slightly smouldering, burning stage, it's not completely burnt down yet.
Nah, it's fine. It was full of assholes before. It still is. Just ignore most of them.
Arseholes and porn bots.
Oh, I accept all porn bots.
Don't say that. I'll be all over it. I'll just spend 10 minutes deleting loads.
I retract that statement then.
There we go. And as always, you can catch us over on Bloody Good Reads, bloody_screen on Twitter, Bloody Good Screens on Instagram, and I'm on Mastodon, but don't use it. There you go.
I heard a lot of people talking about Mastodon. I'm going to go to Mastodon. But
the band? No, this social media.
That's what I thought the first time. I'm like, what? We're all just going to stop going on Twitter and listen to Mastodon?
Well, I've heard worse.
It's true.
And yes, as always as well, before I forget, because I shouldn't forget that, I've been doing it for the last 3 years. A huge shout out to our sponsor, Abominable Book Club. They're the UK's best UK horror and thriller book box service, bringing the wonders of haunted bookshop straight to your door each month. You have 2 boxes. You have the Bare Bones box, which is just the books, but you can also get the Full Guts box as well, which is a brand new book, a possibly haunted second-hand book. Pretty much another new book. You very rarely get magazines done now, but another indie title. And you also get UK snacks, you get drinks, you get badges, multiple stickers, which my laptop's now covered in. But yeah, there's some amazing stuff in there. Go and use the code BloodyGoodReads at checkout. Get 10% off your first box. And yeah, they should have their boxes ready now for January, because December's already been shipped. So yeah, go and check out the box for January or February. Use the code. You won't regret it. It's my favourite thing each month. I've had some amazing books out of this box so far, so go check that out. And as always, a huge thank you to Hunter for coming on again. We'll have you on again next time, obviously.
I'm always available.
And he will be joining us, hopefully, for our next quiz episode, our third quiz special. Chloe has won the last 2. Marcus has been last both times. I'm looking forward to making up more pointless erotica names from the dark recesses of my brain. But this one will be quiz question, not just on horror, but on cinema in general. But we'll try and stick a lot to horror. Could you give it a check out? It should be out next week, the week after this episode's out. As always, I have been your host, Mike Goddard, and I'll see you next time.